71, 7 and 1. It's like a game of bingo. Now, if I'd have drunk beer, it'd have been day 1. Start all over again. But no, that didn't happen. So, just want to say good morning. It is about 4:30 in the morning. Yes, 4:30. And I would not be up here at 4:30 if I had drunk 2 bottles of beer. In fact, I'd have probably had a headache. Happy days. Happy days. Boys and girls, let's go. Good morning. How are you? Happy days. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Yeah, man. Come on, boys and girls. Wake your sorry asses up. Let's make shit happen. Come on. Let's do this funky thing. Good morning, Norma. How are you? It's a beautiful morning. It's a beautiful day. Good to have you here. Awesome. Yes. It's what can I say? It's a wonderful day. Hello, hello, Johnny. F96, how are you? It is a English morning. Yes. It's a great day. Every day is a great day. It's 4:30. I woke up at 4. Just naturally waking up about 4 o'clock at the minute. But I am going to bed about 8:30, asleep for about 9. And nice and fresh. Walking again at Joe. Draco. Nice road. Thanks, man. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Lee. Johnny from Scotland. You know the weather. Yeah, typical English weather. Although it's quite dry today. Last few days been wet through, puddles everywhere, so it's feels good this morning. It feels good every morning, to be completely honest. Norma, I am good. I am super good, in fact. I had a weak moment last night, as you would have seen. Went to the shop with my daughter, bought her some sweets. Go there maybe once or twice a week. And for a moment, I thought I'm going to get some alcohol. And I looked, and my doctor at me says, "You're not getting one of them, are you?" I said, "Don't know." Bear in mind, it's been 39 weeks. I said, "Don't know." Don't know. And so I picked one up and I put it in my basket. And I was umming and ahhing. And I thought, do you know what? It's only one. got to the till and the guy said, well, 2 for £4.75, $6, $7, whatever. I said, okay. Went back, my daughter got me out of the bag, said, look what Dad's got. And even my son come down, he says, Dad, what you doing? What you doing? I said, it's okay. I says, I'm just debating. But you'll be pleased to know I did not have it. And I wasn't bothered. It literally, no more than 10 minutes, 15 minutes after I got in, I'd got no interest at all. It was just a fleeting moment, really. I think probably circumstances, like an evening after a busy day at work, and then everything just sort of aligned for a few moments. In the UK, you're live. The signal just go then. That's just, if the signal went, that's not good. You have to let me know. Every day's in. Woke up, yes. Floor's always wet. Yeah, I know, typical. But wow. Yes, that's great. Jesus loves you. Shopping is wild. We'll start hunting. Look, what a happy, wholesome man. I just stopped drinking Draco about 39 weeks ago. Just because I was getting a pain in my foot, but I was also working a lot of hours at work, and I was on my feet a lot. So it was either that or it was the alcohol. And my mum said maybe it's gout. And so I just gave it a couple of weeks. And in those couple of weeks I felt so much better, so much fresher, and I was a lot more productive. So I just kept it going. I do like a drink, but it's just been 39 weeks now and I'm just not that bothered. Yeah, it died. Dished. Hey, dished. Well, hopefully the signal stays good. If not, I'm prepared to turn around and go back the other way. Yeah, but we're sort of 8 or 9 minutes into it now. Johnny at 28, he had a heart attack at 26. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Was I now? No, not at all. I think just a typical. Well, to me, I would have maybe 4 or 5 nights a week. I'd have 1 or 2 bottles. It was just more like a regular drinker. That's all. But if I decided I was going to have a few days off, I'd get a bit irritable. So I knew it wasn't doing me much good. That's what I'm trying to say. It wasn't doing me much good. And to top it off, when I was drinking regular, I was getting nothing done. I'd just watch rubbish and I'd eat junk food. So one thing leads to another. And that's literally what the case was. But when I wasn't having a drink, I was able to record more videos for my lawn care channel, and the channel grew quite a bit. But like I say, when I had a drink, I'd only be putting 1 video up a week, every couple of weeks. But when I wasn't drinking, when I haven't been drinking, I was uploading a short almost every single day. So certainly been a lot more productive as a result. And better, don't you? It was just a moment, I think, last night. It was just a moment. I've still got the 2 bottles of beer on the table. So, yeah. It was easy to say no, to be fair. I'd say it was just a few minutes. Hope your pain goes away. Yeah, it's much easier these days. Like I say, I'm not an alcoholic by standard at all. Gout maybe. What's your diet like? A lot of red meat? No, just typical diet, although we are getting better. We do have a nice cooked meal at least once a week. The rest of the time we're probably dipping into what we've got in the freezer because it's busy in the week, but that's no excuse, I know. But we are slowly pushing towards the right way of doing things. Dished, you're live, didn't get notification. I think there was a bit of an issue with the signal when I came out. Sorry, Dished. Thoughts on Elon Musk? Has something happened that I'm not aware of? I don't know. I'm not really politically biased in any way. I try to keep clear of politics and governments and things because they don't directly affect my life day to day. I know the decisions they make can affect life, but they don't really change what happens to me. It's down to me to change what happens to me. But in terms of, do I like Elon Musk? Yeah, I quite like him. Same with Donald Trump, but I'm not particularly biased in any way. You know, he's an impressive guy, as in he co-founded PayPal and lots of other companies, Tesla, rockets thinking of going to Mars. I mean, what a mind, what an ingenuity. Johnny, found out you got heart disease and your father died an alcoholic. Oh, sorry to hear that, Johnny. Someone else made a similar comment on one of my videos recently and said that his father died 5 years ago from alcohol. Yeah, I mean, over the years, my previous marriage ended about 14 years ago, and in the last year of the marriage it wasn't a good marriage, and so I was drinking every single night 4 or 5 bottles of beer, and I'd always have a glass of Southern Comfort, which is like a whiskey, and I would eat a lot of junk food, and I was about 70 pounds heavier than what I am now. Really overweight. But when the marriage ended, it was a blessing in that aspect because we weren't happy, we never got on, and I joined a gym and lost 70 pounds in 3 months. So it was a good thing. Johnny got maybe 2 or 3 members. Yeah, alcohol is a bad thing, isn't it? As in it steals life. It really does. And you think it's just this one nice thing. And do you know, if I was to just have one and be done with it, that's probably just fine. But I don't want to start having one and think, gosh, I'm not having one tomorrow, I'm not having one the next day, I'm not having one the next day, but then find that I'm wanting one every night. So it's so much easier just to not bother, because like I'm not bothered anymore, genuinely not bothered. Been right through Christmas, birthdays, New Year's Eve, more than happy. I've had so much fun, dancing at parties, just not bothered at all. So all is good. Watching for someone not coming, they never came. Sorry, Johnny. Johnny, that's awful, mate. I'm sorry. Sorry that happened and you had to go through that. Really am. Riaz! working friend, hello. The time is 4:45 in the morning. Let's go. Come on. Rah, let's go. Let's do this, baby. Come on. They're all BS. I think my father chose the drink over you. Johnny, he would not have chosen it over you. And you might find that hard to believe, but it's an addiction. It's an addiction. He would have carried on drinking, but felt progressively worse and worse about it. And he would have felt worse, not because he knew he wasn't spending quality time with you. He knew that. At least that's been the experience for me when I've had a drink. And even just the thought of having a week off, it was so hard for me years ago. It was. So it's an addiction which is hard to give up. So it would have felt really bad, I'm sure, Johnny, I'm sure. Up Joe, it's late. Come on. Let's do this. Doesn't matter if it's 2 a.m, 3 a.m, let's go. Come on, smash it. Hey Ush, good morning. Johnny, you've got more to live for, mate. You have. You've got more to live for. Guarantee that. C'est la vie, yes, life goes on, it does. Promise you, Johnny, life will get better. Wintress, hey. How are you, Wintress? Windy, hey. It's not, there's a little bit of wind, but I don't think it's too bad. But we are up. We are up. We're out making life happen. I see this guy every morning. He's not much of a talker. Catching up on your comments. Right, so let's move on. Come on. They say that painful experiences teach you things. They do. When you've been around death, eventually you start to appreciate life and what we've got to live for. All I know is that 10-15 years ago I liked a drink every single night. Just 2 or 3, maybe 4. But it wasn't like I was getting up early in the morning and having a drink or sneaking off or, you know. But I did sometimes buy a bottle of Southern Comfort, which is a whiskey, and I would hide it, so when you think about it, it was starting to become a bit of an issue. But it is hard to give up at the time. It's something you have to go through yourself or have a shock. But it is what it is. That is all in the past. And the past is well and truly behind you. It really is. It isn't here now. It isn't happening now. What's happening now is your life is happening now. Life is like a donut. When it focuses on the middle of the donut, the whole bit that's missing from the life. But it's not there. It's gone. But the rest of the donut is still there. And that is what you've got. So you have to focus on what you've got and appreciate it, the good things in your life. Because there are. And every day I come out and I hear the birds sing. And that might sound so insignificant, but I kid you not, after 3 days of walking and hearing the birds, I started to think, oh, that's really nice hearing them. That made a difference. And I went home with this little tiny smile inside of me. And then I noticed my dogs coming to me at the door every single day, wagging their tails, can't wait to give me lots of kisses and cuddles. And I thought, that's lovely. And then I noticed an old couple walking down the street, holding hands. And I thought, that's lovely that. This is what I'm trying to tell you. There are so many good things already in our life that we take for granted, that we don't look at anymore. But it's there. So we have to nurture what we've got. We have to focus on what we've got now. Try and find that happiness, find that joy. So Johnny, you've gone through this death, haven't you? You've had all these deaths around you, and I bet part of you wants to have a good old cry about it. And I'm being serious, I'm not taking the piss out of anybody. I'm trying to be talking serious here. You've never sat down, and this is what I'm guessing, by the way. I'm just an outsider looking in, and I'm not an expert, just a regular guy that works outdoors. But I'm just reading off your comments that you've been around death a lot. You kind of desensitise, but in one way it is sad when you start to form a bond with some people and then they pass on. So I get that. Sounds windy. Yeah, I don't really know what birds it is, Johnny. Sorry to say. Excuse me. I'm not much of a bird expert, but I do hear lots of birds most mornings. Dogs will love you unconditionally, women won't. You're not wrong there. You're not wrong there. Be Good Joel TV, hello, happy walking to you. Have an amazing day, happy walking to you. To you all. Be Good Joel TV, sorry. Oh. Right, we're up the hill. Oh, Johnny, mate, you've certainly had more than your share, haven't you? Sorry to hear that. I think you need sometimes to just be able to step away from the job. For me, I've just enjoyed getting out and walking. It's been the best thing I've ever done, to be fair. There's lots of memories when you're sat at home and looking at four walls. Danny! Where am I? I'm in Doncaster, South Yorkshire, which is in the United Kingdom, and it is nearly 5 a.m. Okay. Yeah, 4:55. Often get police cars coming down here. There's like a depot just down the road where they've got quick access onto the motorway. They've never sort of stopped and said, "What on earth are you doing?" I'm doing no harm, just a guy walking, live streaming. Here it's 10:55 p.m. That's awesome. Danny, watch out for the bandits traveller. Drenex. I think God said the person everyone thinks he is. How long have we been walking like this every morning? Today, Michelle Cameron is 71 days. 71 days walking 10,000 steps, which is about 5 miles or 8 kilometres. It was November 19th, the first day. Scoot. No weapons. Pickpockets for tube hits. Yeah, I'd like to think it's not too bad here. If you go out in London, it seems to be a lot worse. I'm sure other places and cities will be a lot worse. I mean, there's a chance of problems anywhere, I guess. But some places are going to likely have more problems than others. So, John, are you going out hoping for trouble? It's because you've got this pain inside. I guess. And you're trying to feel it. You're trying to let some anger out. Oh my God, listen to me. I do sound like a therapist. Listen, I'm just one bloke talking to you, alright? I don't know jack shit to anybody else. I really don't. I'm 51. I've got a few years experience under my belt, but that's it. I'm just a normal guy. And I don't have all the answers. But when you're saying, you know, you're going out looking for a fight, it's because you're feeling something inside and you're trying to get some anger out. Scoot, I ask every time if you have any weapons. No, you do, don't you? I mean, to be fair, it's not really a done thing round in the UK to carry weapons unless you are in an area where there's a high crime rate. or where there are gangs and things. And I think that's more certain parts of the UK and certain areas of Doncaster, for example. Some areas are more deprived, run down, and some areas there's gangs walking about. 63 people on. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, where you're from. Give us a thumbs up. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel. Bit of a chit chat as we go. Okay, Richard, good morning. A few more weeks and you'll be walking in daylight, mate. Spring is coming. Boing. Boing. Yes, I get it. Spring is just around the corner. Sean, I thought you were a therapist. No. I think I'm just a good listener, if I'm honest. And this is kind of funny, but over the years, and I'm not kidding, this is just how it is, I've had people coming up to me, like customers, female customers, male customers, and not burdening, but offloading the problems onto me, and I've been a good listener. And we've talked about it. And I've had someone say, do you know, that's the best thing I've ever done is talking to you. Maybe I've been in the wrong career. But, hey, excuse me. Had a cousin murdered. Johnny, you've had your share of shit, haven't you? You've had your share of shit. And it is pretty awful. It is. It's just like God's heaped a load of SHIT on you, which is not good. But I don't know. Somewhere there's something to learn out of all of this, and I don't know the answer, but I believe everything happens for a reason. It may not be the best way of finding out or whatever. I'm trying to find the right words to say to you, Johnny, but I don't have them. But I just feel we're all here for a reason, and you're still here. You've got to find a bit of happiness. Where are you, my friend? A person. How are you, a person? I am in sunny Doncaster, in sunny South Yorkshire, on a beautiful sunny morning in England. It is an amazing day. Michelle, what's my motivation? Change of life. I'm changing my life. Michelle. I'm 51, and I think I've been sort of slowly gravitating towards this time of life to being a little bit healthier, a little bit happier, and doing something different. Now my job, I work for myself. I've got my own business, treating people's lawns. And I've been treating people's lawns for over 20 years, but I've had my own business for about 13 years, full time for about 10. And I enjoy it. It's outdoors, I get to talk to people, but I'm around chemicals a lot. And as I'm getting older, I'm thinking, don't really want to be about chemicals. I want to have a healthy life. I want to try and enjoy a healthy retirement, whenever that is. My sister passed away a year ago yesterday. Excuse me. And she was 53. She had cancer. So the message is to live your life. So I want to sort of slowly come out of what I'm doing and do more of this. And this is partly why I started this channel. One, to keep me motivated myself, to keep walking, to keep fit, to keep healthier. And two, to hopefully grow the channel. Maybe one day it can at least reduce what I do at work, or maybe take it away completely. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. But that is the plan. Scoot, I said one time I'm strange, and you said no, you're not. So I thought you were a therapist. Bless you, Scoot. Johnny, can't a shotgun license. Danny, not here. No here. Johnny, not bang. Early worm and all that. Okay, Bernu. Yes, get in. Early birds catches the worm. But the second mouse gets the cheese. Yes, Johnny. Danny, you need a camel. Just catching up on your comments. Good morning, everybody. As long as we eat, then it's all good. Yes. Do you know, Johnny, just reading some comments in here. I'm just going through them now, Johnny, looking at other people's comments. And Al Calibunu, if I've got that right, sorry, it's because I'm walking, it's hard to read. There's people with lesser problems, like just trying to make sure they've got food. You can't change the past. You can't. The past is the past, it's gone. You can only change the future. But what really matters is what's happening right now. So, there's no point in worrying about the future, and there's no point dwelling on the past. What we have, real life, is here and now, in the middle. What's happening? Yeah, there's some people are struggling to find food. So to have food every day is a blessing. Right. The camel helps your throat. Yeah, it's funny, I often clear my throat first thing in the morning. I think it's just phlegm. I've always suffered with phlegm in my throat, and I've always had problems with fluid behind my eardrums. I think they call it glue ear. I've suffered with it from a very early age. I've had a few operations in my time for little grommets put in my eardrums. If you're still alive, it's a miracle. There's some serious shit going on. It's tough to be alive, yes. Thanks, Kayla Calbernu. I'm just catching up on your comments, boys and girls. What do you do for a living, Johnny? Do you work? You got your own business? Anything like that? God, I'm way behind on comments. No, I'm caught up now. So you're a painter and decorator. That's cool. You'll always be in work, you'll always be in demand. One of my customers is a painter and decorator. And he's recently been through some right shit in his life. With his ex-wife. I can't really discuss it on here. Ah, you don't know who he is, do you? But she's been up to no good. She was up to no good. And made his life hell, got the police onto him, etc. But he's come out the other side, and he's found a lovely new lady now, and life's good. One Cal Burnu. So what do? I run my own business. Ooh, that's close. There we go. I run my own lawn care business. So I go around people's houses, you can't see me. And I put fertiliser, weed killer on their grass. So this sort of stuff here. And I try and make the grass look greener and get rid of the weeds for customers. And I enjoy it. I've got nearly 600 customers. And I've got a YouTube channel where I've been giving out free tips for people that want a nice green lawn themselves. And that's gone really well. So that's what I do, but I'm handling all these chemicals all the time. Even though I wear gloves, you're still sort of breathing it in from time to time. Yes, Johnny. Just feel if God is real, he must hate me, because WTF did I do to deserve this? Now we're getting to it. Now we're getting to it, mate. It's okay. Oh my God, listen to me. I do sound like a bloody therapist. I'm not a therapist, mate. I'm your virtual mate. Yeah? We're having a chit chat. You didn't ask for any of this, did you, Johnny? You never asked for any of this. You just want to live your life nice and happy. But all this has gone off around you, which is just plain unlucky, unfortunately. You can't control any of that. You've never been in control of any of that. But you can control you. Now, what would you feel if you got a shotgun and went and blasted someone else? And you went, how would their family feel? And you ended up going to prison. I don't know. I don't know if what I'm saying is right. I don't know if what I'm saying is helping or it's making it worse. I don't know. I'll be honest. Don't know. But what I'm trying to say is there's always a reason to live. It's just finding what that is. And it's just strange how some people do have more crap in their life than others. But I believe we've all been put here to learn lessons in life. But sometimes they're painful lessons. Losing my sister was devastating. Absolutely devastating. But life goes on. You know, she left 3 children. And a year on, the children are picking up now, trying to make it on their own. They've got the dad, but it's never going to be the same as having the mum there. Sci-Tech super freak. Walking is the best thing. I don't know. Meaning, I don't have the answers about fitness, but I think walking's definitely easier on the body, isn't it? I'm not saying in the future I might not do a bit of weight training or whatever, but right now it's working. Hey, hi there. Just trying to help while stuff is leafed. I was a caretaker and used to do that. Yeah, and years ago when I was treating lawns for another company, like 20 years ago, I can remember one of the customers coming out to me saying, always make sure you wear your gloves because that fertiliser is really bad for you. And I remember that, you know, it stuck with me. It stuck with me. So I definitely want to grow this channel and lead a completely different sort of life. Ammonium are not good to breathe. Yes. Ammonium sulfate. Crusher Extreme. Hey, it's you. Hi again. I'm good, thank you. How are you, Crusher? It's a beautiful day on Riverside Drive. Sci-Tech super freak, intermittent fasting. That's awesome to hear. I've been, we delay breakfast until 11 AM. It doesn't always go to plan. Some days I'm absolutely starving by 9 AM and I will eat. But we do try and stick to 11 AM and nothing after about 7 or 8 PM. So it is a form of intermittent fasting. And it seems to be working, the combination of the two. And yeah, my wife's losing weight as well. Nice hood. Yeah, it's not a bad area, this. No worries, Crusher. Calburno, no worries. Crusher getting ready to play some acoustic blues guitar. Love to jam this hour. Do you know, music is brill, innit? It really is brill. I love music. When I was younger, I used to, well, I've always had an interest in, a bit of interest in music, trying to make music. But I've always put business first, you see, making money. And I made that decision 30 odd years ago. I used to get a game on the, what was it, PlayStation 1. It was called Dance EJ, EJ1 I think. And I used to sit up to the early hours assembling music and putting it together. And I thought it was pretty good, some of the stuff I was making. But at the same time, I was always keen on trying to make extra money, so I stopped doing the music. But I should have just carried on as well. Not to worry. Now I'm going up a hill. Cal Burno, thank you for subscribing. Bless you. Whew. Them hills, man. But I'm definitely getting fitter. I'm recovering faster from them. Definitely. Oh, right. Scoot. Cheers, mate. GERD, what's GERD? Sci-Tech Super Freak, what's that? Yeah, I've never done an extended fast. Just literally just delaying breakfast by a couple of hours. And that's plenty for me, I'm hungry then. Didn't start to grasp the guitar until my 50s, then it really took off. Awesome. Yes, I'm in my early 50s. 52 in a few weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. Beats and rhythms. Yeah. Ow. Yeah. Yeah, beats and rhythms. There'd be all little samples. And you lay them down on the track. But I definitely got a bit of an ear for it. I could definitely hear. I could definitely make songs that sounded fairly good. And I thought, yeah, that's pretty cool, this. Right. I've got my breath back. Let's go this way. Seven people on. Does that mean the signal's gone down? Is it rubbish signal? Hello. Just hang fire. Once we get to the end of this street, it'll pick up a bit. It's a nice house. Oh. I'm guessing the signal's gone a bit. Just hang on. 5 minutes or so, we'll be out of here. Can't win with this. $5.24. Gotta run, take care. No worries, Crusher. Thank you. See you soon. Signal's not very good round here. We've gone from like 40 people on to 7. But when we get to the end of this street, it should start improving again. A few more minutes. Boo. So yeah, 71 days today. That's mad. 71 times 10,000. What's that? Around 700,000 people. Change your habits? I did not have the beer. The beer is still sat on the table. It's staying there as a trophy. I conquered the beer. I did not have the beer. The thought was literally just in my mind for 10 minutes, that's all. It was just a momentary few minutes at the shop where I looked at it and thought, shall I, shan't I? Even my daughter was stood at the side of me. And she said, Dad, you're not having one of them, are you? She's not having one of them, are you? I says, I don't know. And the guy at the counter said, well, it's 2 for £4.75. I says, go on then. And so I took him in and my daughter pulled him out the bag and she says, look what Dad's bought. And my wife just looked at me and went. And so she's like, you don't, have one if you want one. And then my daughter's going, oh, don't think you should, Dad. And then my son came down and he'd obviously heard. And he says, oh, I don't think you should, Dad. And then, anyway, my wife's saying, have one if you want one. You don't have to, but if you want one. And she's like saying to the kid, look, if Dad wants one, let him have one. But I said, I'm really not that bothered. And I wasn't bothered. It was just a momentary thing that lasted about 10 minutes. So it was in the shop and I came home. And for another 5 minutes or so, I just looked. But it didn't stay with me at all. Norma, have a great day. Thanks, Norma. SciTech, good job, brother Sean. You're killing those steps. Cheers, mate. No worries. Thank you. At least it's not slushy anymore, huh? Love your dedication and positive encouragement. Thank you. Thank you. We're all human. Sometimes even I need a bit of a motivational speech. All good. Everything's good. Everything is gravy. Everything is gravy, baby. You made it through it. Congratulations, buddy. Oh, yes. Thank you. I wasn't really that bothered. It was just for a few minutes. I thought, shall I? But then I thought, oh, it's 39 weeks. And I think having them in my hand made me think about them more for those 10-15 minutes. But then it went away. I poured myself a drink of Pepsi Max, and all good. All good in the hood. Bet you were buzzing with the £5 weight loss. Do you know what? I was. And for several weeks now, I found it hard to lose weight. You know, I've lost maybe half a pound, but some weeks I've stayed the same, and then the week before I'd actually put £2 on. And it is down to the food, it really is. And so this last week, I've been doing that dopamine detox. In fact, it's day 7 today, and that's what's done it. By making sure I am totally clean in my eating. Although it hasn't been perfect, I'll admit it's not been 100%, but doing it has really sort of made the weight come off. Is my chemistry good? I don't know. Maybe I should go and see the doctor. But I know for a fact I've lost weight when I've eaten really good. So I think that has to be the key moving forward now. Is to, when I think about it, I admit that I probably go in the biscuit tin a bit more often than I should. And same with packets of crisps. And so this last week doing this dopamine detox has shown me that it comes off well when you eat well. I suppose it is harder when you're older as well. Woo! Hey dear. Happy days. Right guys, I think I will end the live stream. Unless you've got anything else you want to talk about. Yeah, I think I'm just going to enjoy the rest of the walk back now. Been going for an hour and 8 minutes. No, an hour and 3 minutes. Cheers, Ayush. So it's just another half an hour now. I'm going to have a nice walk down, and just enjoy the peace and tranquility. So catch you soon. Cheers, Dished. Cheers, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye bye.